You know, first of all, Leeann, Sidney Leathers, Carlos Danger, and Anthony Weiner. You can't make this up.
Those names.
You just can't make it up. All right. Well, first of all, what's your reaction to what she's saying? Because this went on for a year after he was out of office.
Well, look, it's hard to judge anybody else's marriage. And if she wants to stand by her man and support him, that is her prerogative and that is her right. But I don't think he should be running for public office, especially the mayor of New York, which is a very powerful position, excuse me. And, you know, it's like, when you talk about it and you ask her question, she said, well, this is between my husband and I. And I'm like, well, not when he's in public office, because then people lose confidence in him. I don't think I want somebody who said, oh, I'm fine, I'm cured from a couple years ago, and then come to find out he's still doing it and it's coming out again. I think that's very disappointing. So it's hard for me to respect her when she's coming out and saying now I support him when it's a double whammy versus when she said nothing the first time. So I don't know. I'm just a little disappointed in both, and I think he should pull out of the race.
Eboni, you know, do you want a mayor, do you want an elected official who has impulse control issues, in this case Weiner, taking a picture of his wiener, sending it out to a 22-year-old girl, and telling us there's more to come? Is that the right guy for the job?
Well, Sean, I'll tell you who's the right guy for the job, Sean. Someone who's been an advocate for gay and lesbian issues, someone who's been an advocate for women's reproductive health, and most notably the middle class. And I think that we know the track record. You didn't answer my question. I
asked you a specific question. I said, is a guy with impulse control who's taking pictures of his private parts and impulsively sending it out to other people, do you really think that guy has the character to be a mayor, a leader?
I think that's separate and apart, Sean, from his ability to govern. I think that, as Leeann said, the marriage is such a personal and private issue. And let me be very clear, it would not stand in my household. Absolutely not.
Oh.
But I certainly do respect his wife.
But it's okay for your mayor to do that.
Well, my mayor is not my husband, Sean. My mayor is my governor. You know, someone who is in charge with governing, you know, for the well-being of his constituents.
So your mayor is going to be
the people of New York.
Leeann?
Oh, that's where I think it's totally, that's his character. If he's going to do that to his wife and his newborn child, his 18-month-old child, and then he's going to do that to the people of New York, where you have a lot more to stand, you know, you're talking about governing millions of people versus a wife and a child. So you've got two people you're responsible for, and that's your character. He obviously has a problem. I think Giuliani was right that he has an issue. I think he needs to probably get some help for that. But I don't want him running my city and then running it into the ground, because he is compulsive and he can't control himself. And he's proven that over the last 3 years. Yeah. No, I don't want that as my husband. Sure, it's a private issue, but not when he's governing millions of people in New York City.
Hey, Eboni, the woman that came out today, the woman that came out today said he's a dirty old man. It sounds like the tech equivalent of, you know, remember the old flashers in their raincoat? You know, that's what it sounds. It's really creepy. And I'm just wondering, don't we need to aspire to a higher level of character for public office? You just dismiss it. Oh, let him take pictures of his wiener and send it out to whoever wiener wants to send it to.
But you guys, at the end of the day, these politicians, you know, they're not saints, you know, and they're not even men of the, you know, they're not even men of faith, or, you know, they're not our religious leaders. They are human beings, and they're certainly going to be with fault. And it's not like we don't have precedent for this type of thing
you have a 22-year-old daughter. How are you going to feel if the mayor of New York is sending pictures of himself to your daughter? How are you going to feel then?
No, Sean, I'm not going to like it. I'm not going to like it. And ultimately, I think this is up to the citizens of New York City.
So he has a character issue.
And they need to look at the totality of the circumstances.
You wouldn't marry him?
Included.
You don't want him dating your daughter.
No, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't marry him, but he's okay to be your mayor.
Right? I'm saying that it's up to the people of New York, just like Nancy Pelosi said, Sean. His behavior is reprehensible. No one's saying that it's excusable.
You don't want him dating your daughter. You don't want to marry this bum, this pervert, but it's okay that he's your mayor. Think about that. Doesn't make sense.
The totality of the circumstances, Sean.
Go ahead, Leeann.
I just say we can forgive somebody once. We forgive our athletes who do steroids. We forgive politicians who have problems, but not when you do it again and then you're running for mayor. They are human. They're going to make mistakes, but not when you continue to do the same mistake over and over and over and over and over again. That is unacceptable.
All right. That's beyond a hall pass if you watch that movie.